Sudan's story begins with the Nile, a river that carved a green lifeline through the desert, shaping civilizations for millennia. Its waters have witnessed the rise and fall of kingdoms, and its banks have been home to people whose lives were inseparable from the river's ebb and flow. The ancient Nubians, masters of trade and warfare, built their own pyramids at Meroe and rivaled Egypt in power and culture. Their cities thrived as centers of learning, art, and commerce, and their influence stretched far beyond the desert sands. At their height, Nubian kings even ruled Egypt as its 25th dynasty, leaving a legacy of strong leadership and cultural exchange that shaped the region for generations. The Nile's annual floods brought fertility and inspired art, religion, and a deep sense of identity. Every year, the river's renewal was celebrated, and its bounty sustained entire communities, weaving the Nile into the very fabric of daily life. This connection to land and water laid the foundation for Sudanese culture long before Islam arrived. The traditions, beliefs, and stories born here would echo through the centuries, shaping the spirit of the people. When Islam eventually reached Sudan, it didn't erase the past, it blended with it, flowing into the existing traditions like a tributary joining a great river. The old and the new coexisted, creating a unique cultural tapestry. The memories of Kushite kings and the rhythms of the Nile would shape how new faiths took root. Ancient customs and beliefs continued to influence daily life, even as new ideas arrived from distant lands. The story of Islam in Sudan is not one of replacement, but of blending, a patient journey mirroring the Nile's steady flow. Over centuries, faith and tradition merged, creating something entirely Sudanese. To understand Sudan's Islamic heritage, we must first appreciate these ancient beginnings, the river, the kingdoms, and the enduring spirit that still flows through the heart of Sudan today. Before the rise of Islam, Christianity flourished in the heart of Nubia, along the life-giving banks of the Nile. This region, now part of modern Sudan, became a vibrant center of faith and culture, where ancient traditions met new beliefs. By the 6th century, missionaries from Byzantium and Egypt journeyed south, bringing the gospel to the Nile Valley. Their arrival sparked a spiritual transformation as local rulers and communities embraced Christianity and built magnificent churches along the riverbanks. 3 powerful Christian kingdoms emerged: Nobatia, Makuria, and Alodia, each establishing its own churches, bishops, and a distinctive style of Nubian Christian art that blended local and Mediterranean influences. Makuria, with its capital at Dongola, became the strongest of these realms. Its churches were adorned with vibrant frescoes, and its society was deeply connected to the Mediterranean world through trade, diplomacy, and shared faith. Nubian Christians developed their own script and literature, creating a unique written tradition. They blended African customs and artistic motifs with Christian beliefs, producing manuscripts and art that reflected their dual heritage. These kingdoms were far from isolated. They traded goods across the desert, sent diplomats to distant courts, and their famed archers served as mercenaries in foreign armies, making Nubia a crossroads of cultures and commerce. For nearly 1,000 years, Christianity shaped Sudanese identity, forging a bridge between Africa and the wider Christian world, and leaving a lasting imprint on the region's culture and history. Yet, this remarkable era would soon face new challenges from the north, as shifting sands brought change to the kingdoms of the Nile. The arrival of Islam did not bring immediate conquest, but instead began a centuries-long negotiation and blending of faiths, as Christian and Muslim communities learned to coexist and influence one another. The resilience and adaptability of these Christian kingdoms set the stage for a unique encounter between 2 great religions, shaping the spiritual landscape of the region for generations. Today, Sudan's Christian legacy remains a vital and inspiring chapter in its long and complex story, echoing through its ruins, art, and living traditions. In the 7th century, Islam swept across North Africa, reaching Egypt's southern border and coming face-to-face with the ancient Christian kingdom of Nubia. This meeting of civilizations would shape the region's destiny for centuries to come. Attempts to conquer Christian Nubia failed. Nubian archers proved formidable, defending their homeland with legendary skill and determination. The harsh desert and strong fortifications made invasion nearly impossible. Instead of endless war, both sides chose peace, recognizing the value of stability and cooperation over conflict. In 652 AD, the Baqt Treaty was signed between Egypt's Muslim governor and the king of Makuria, marking a rare moment of diplomacy in a turbulent era. This pact, lasting over 6 centuries, was unique. Nubia sent annual tribute, Egypt sent essential goods, and both sides benefited from a steady flow of resources and ideas. Both agreed to protect each other's travelers and places of worship, ensuring safety for pilgrims, traders, and religious communities along the Nile. The Baqt created a stable buffer, allowing Nubian Christianity to survive and flourish for generations, even as Islam grew in influence nearby. More than a peace treaty, it was a framework for coexistence, trade, and gradual cultural exchange. Markets thrived, and new ideas traveled up and down the river. The first major contact between Islam and Nubia was not conquest, but structured peaceful interaction, an agreement built on negotiation, not force. This set the tone for Islam's slow, organic spread in Sudan, as faith and culture mingled over centuries, rather than through sudden upheaval. The Baqt stands as a testament to pragmatism and mutual respect in a turbulent era, showing that dialogue could triumph over violence. It opened the door for centuries of dialogue and transformation, laying the groundwork for a unique Sudanese identity. Sudan's religious landscape would never be the same, forever shaped by this remarkable chapter of peaceful coexistence. With peace secured by the Baqt, the Nile became a highway for trade and ideas. Muslim merchants settled in Nubian towns, bringing their faith through daily life, not force. Conversion was gradual. Neighbors observed Muslim practices, sometimes adopting them for spiritual or practical reasons. Meanwhile, Arab nomadic tribes migrated south, intermarrying with local peoples and spreading both Islam and the Arabic language. This slow process of Arabization and Islamization happened family by family, village by village. Over generations, a new Sudanese identity emerged: African, Arab, and increasingly Muslim. The transformation was organic, shaped by commerce, kinship, and everyday encounters. Islam's spread in Sudan was less about conquest, more about connection. The cultural landscape shifted quietly, far from royal courts along the banks of the Nile. By the 13th century, the Christian kingdoms of Nubia began to falter. Internal power struggles and foreign interference weakened their authority. Economic decline and raids from Egypt's Mamluks disrupted trade and stability. The Nubian church grew isolated as ties with Alexandria faded, leaving communities without strong leadership. Local religious life became more syncretic, blending Christian and older traditions. As central power waned, Muslim tribes gained influence, offering new models of social and religious organization. Islamization, once slow, now accelerated as grassroots conversions increased. The fall of Christian Nubia was gradual, a fading light, not a sudden collapse. This transition paved the way for the rise of Sudan's first major Islamic state. From the ruins of Alodia, the Funj Sultanate rose in the 16th century, establishing Sennar as its capital. The Funj, possibly pastoralists from the south, allied with Arab leaders to form a powerful, centralized Muslim state. They blended African kingship with Islamic law, ruling over a diverse population through a feudal-like system. The Funj championed Islam, building mosques and schools, and attracting scholars from across the Islamic world. State support for Islamic learning created a new class of religious leaders, the ulama, who spread a more standardized Islam. Sennar became a vibrant center of trade, learning, and faith, replacing the old Christian capitals. Under the Funj, Islam and Arab culture became the dominant framework for Sudanese society. This era laid the foundations for modern Sudan's unique blend of African and Islamic traditions. While the Funj built the state, Sufism shaped the soul of Sudanese Islam. Sufi sheikhs, charismatic mystics, traveled village to village, teaching a personal, emotional faith. Their brotherhoods, or tariqas, became the heart of religious and social life, offering education, guidance, and community. Sufism's success lay in its ability to blend Islamic teachings with local traditions, venerating saints and embracing spiritual practices familiar to Sudanese villagers. The Zawiya, or Sufi lodge, became the center of village life. Sufi rituals, chanting, pilgrimages, and celebrations made Islam accessible and joyful. Through Sufism, Islam moved from royal courts into the daily lives of ordinary people. This spiritual movement completed Islam's deep integration into Sudanese culture. Sudan's history is a tapestry, woven from ancient Nile cultures, Christian kingdoms, and the threads of Islam. Islam did not erase what came before, it added new colors and patterns, blending with local customs and languages. Sudanese culture today reflects this synthesis. Sufi saints are venerated near ancient temples, and Islamic festivals pulse with African rhythms. Formal prayers coexist with ecstatic Sufi rituals, tribal loyalties blend with the wider Muslim community. Sudanese identity is proudly both African and Arab, shaped by centuries of adaptation and creativity. This syncretism is a source of strength, not conflict. The people of Sudan made Islam their own, interpreting it through their unique history. The result is a living, evolving culture, rich, resilient, and deeply rooted in the land. Faith here is not rigid, but a dynamic force, shaped by the river and the people. Sudan's tapestry is a testament to the power of blending, not replacing, traditions. The spread of Islam in Sudan is a lesson in gradual, organic change. Like the Nile, transformation here flowed slowly, through trade, migration, and personal relationships, not conquest. The Baqt Treaty stands as a symbol of coexistence, setting the tone for centuries of peaceful interaction. Islam was absorbed, not imposed, and adapted to local realities. Sufi mysticism and ancient traditions merged, creating a faith both universal and uniquely Sudanese. Sudan's story shows that culture is a living river, constantly changing, yet always rooted in its past. The journey of Islam along the Nile reminds us that history's greatest changes often come quietly, through connection and adaptation. Sudanese Islam is a testament to tolerance, creativity, and resilience. The river of history flows on, carrying the legacies of the past into the future. In Sudan, faith and tradition continue to shape a vibrant, enduring culture. Thanks for exploring Sudan's incredible journey with us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Your support helps us create more amazing stories. Share this video with friends who love history and culture, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and tap the bell icon so you never miss an adventure along the world's great rivers of history. Join our community. Let's keep the journey flowing together.